So if I'm a practice, or if I'm a doctor listening right now, or an owner of a DSO or something like that, how do I even begin implementing something like this?
Well, first it has to start with you, honestly. You have to get into that realization. It's called like a leadership epiphany, basically. You have to get into that realization that where you got today and you want to get to that next level, you can't play in the same playing field. It's completely different arena. And so it's really coming to that realization that what I've done to get me here is not going to get me to the next level.
Mm.
And so then you start building in these relationships. And by doing so, you're actually developing leaders around you. So if you're a provider of a DSO, you're going to start building these relationships, these triads, and you're going to start building these leaders, and they're going to start building their triads and their leaders, and it just keeps going outward. But the very first place has to start with you and you wanting to make that change. And so not accepting anything less than that. Because as the culture changes and it really starts to optimize, it'll actually start to attract in that same level that the practice is at and repel those who are in it. So when I was in that second location, when the culture really started to shift and make that change, we had a lot of turnover for that year
Mhm.
because the staff just wasn't the staff almost in a way kind of was pushing out those that didn't fit into the culture.
Yeah.
So those that were still stuck on the drama, still stuck on the backstabbing, the practice had come into a weenus, but those that were staying on the silo and wasn't willing to change, in a way, they just kind of got pushed out. And
Yeah.
so the turnover wasn't a bad thing. To that note, it's not something that you can just cut off at the tail. So it's, if you identify a team member and they're struggling to level up with their culture and really step into that different arena, just firing them isn't necessarily going to fix the problem. Because if you're listening to the language and everybody's still talking about how great they are and all the things that they're doing, then you haven't actually leveled up the culture.